My friend, life is short. It feels like just yesterday you were a child full of dreams and laughter, and tomorrow is never promised. Every second you waste, every moment you take for granted is a moment you will never get back. So why live chasing things that won't last? Money, fame, material success, they all fade. But there is one thing that remains forever: your soul, your purpose, and your relationship with God. When you live for God, you live with meaning. You wake up with purpose, knowing that every breath you take is a gift. Every sunrise is a reminder that you have another chance to do good, to love deeply, to forgive, and to make an impact in this world. Many people waste their lives living for themselves. They chase pleasure, power, and approval. But at the end of their days, they look back and realize it was all empty. Don't wait for that moment. Live now. Live with faith. Live with love. Live with the knowledge that God has put you here for a reason. You have a mission. You have a calling. And every single day is an opportunity to walk in that purpose. So wake up and give thanks. Speak life into others. Be kind. Be strong. Be fearless. Because when you live for God, you don't just exist, you truly live. Make today count. Make every day count. Because life is short, but eternity is forever. My friend, the clock is ticking. Time does not wait for anyone. Every second that passes is a second you will never get back. That's why you must ask yourself, are you living or just existing? Many people wake up, go through the motions, chase after money, chase after success, but in the end, they feel empty. Because true fulfillment does not come from what you gain in this world, but from what you give to it. God has placed you here for a reason. You are not an accident. You are not just another person in the crowd. You are chosen. You are created with purpose. But the enemy wants to distract you. He wants you to believe that your worth is in material things, in social status, in temporary pleasures. But deep inside, you know the truth. Nothing in this world will ever satisfy your soul like God can. So why waste time chasing the things that fade away? Why spend your life worried, anxious, and fearful when God is offering you peace, strength, and an unshakable purpose? Live for Him today. Wake up and thank God for another chance to shine His light. Speak kindness. Speak life. Lift others up instead of tearing them down. Love without conditions. Forgive even when it's hard. Chase purpose, not just success. Give your best in everything, knowing that you work for the Lord, not for man. Because in the end, when your time on this earth is over, the only thing that will matter is how you live for God and how you loved His people. My friend, think about this. If today were your last day, what would truly matter? Would it be the money in your bank account? The number of followers on your social media? The car you drive? No! None of that will go with you when your time is up. But do you know what will matter? The love you shared, the kindness you showed, the faith you lived out. God did not create you just to survive. He created you to make a difference. He gave you gifts, talents, and opportunities, not just for yourself, but to bless others. Yet so many people spend their days filled with worry, chasing things that don't matter. They hold on to grudges. They let fear stop them from stepping into their calling. They live for themselves instead of living for something greater. But listen to, you were made for more. You were made to love God with all your heart and to love others as yourself, because love is the only thing that lasts. You were made to shine, to be a light in the darkness, to encourage those who are lost, to be the hands and feet of Jesus in a broken world. You were made to serve, to use your time, your resources, and your gifts to make an impact that echoes beyond this life. So stop wasting time. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to start living for God. Now is the time. If there's someone you need to forgive, do it today. If you've been holding back on your dreams, take the first step today. If you've been distant from God, come back to Him today. Because life is short. Every breath you take is a gift. Make every day count for something greater than yourself. Live in a way that when you leave this earth, you leave behind a legacy of faith, love, and purpose. My friend, look around you. People are chasing wealth, fame, and success as if those things will last forever. But deep inside, they still feel empty. They have everything the world calls success, yet they are searching for something more. Why? Because the things of this world can never satisfy the soul. Only God can fill the emptiness inside you. Only His love can give you true peace. That's why you must choose will you live for the temporary or for the eternal. Jesus said in Mark 8:36, what good is it for someone to gain the whole world yet forfeit their soul? Think about that. You can have all the riches, all the fame, all the power, but if your soul is lost, what have you really gained? Life is short. Don't waste it chasing things that don't last. Stop worrying about things you can't control. Give your fears, your struggles, your dreams to God. He has a perfect plan for your life. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. Love without limits. Love people the way Jesus loved. Not just those who love you back, but even those who have hurt you. Forgive quickly. Speak kindness. Show compassion. The way you love others reflects your love for God. Stop putting off what God is calling you to do. If He's calling you to serve, serve now. If He's calling you to step out in faith, step out now. If there's someone you need to reconcile with, do it now. Tomorrow is not promised. Your life is not an accident. God placed you here for a reason. Use your gifts. Help those in need. Speak life into others. Be a light in the darkness. When you live with purpose, you leave behind a legacy that will never fade. One day, your time on this earth will be over. People won't remember how much money you made. They won't remember what car you drove. But they will remember the love you gave, the lives you touched, and the faith you lived out. So, choose today to live for God. Make every moment count. Love deeply. Serve faithfully. Walk boldly in your calling. My friend, every sunrise is a gift. Every heartbeat is a blessing. But how often do we forget this truth? We go through life as if we have endless time. We say, one day I'll pray more. One day I'll forgive. One day I'll surrender to God. But what if that one day never comes? Time is running. And you must decide, will you live for yourself or will you live for God? Many people live as if this world is all there is. They work endlessly for money, status, and approval. They seek pleasure, thinking it will bring them peace. But in the end, none of it satisfies. The things of this world fade away. But what you do for God lasts forever. Money will not follow you into eternity. Fame will not give you peace when you take your last breath. Success will not save your soul. So what should you live for? Live for what matters. Live for what lasts. Live for God every morning when you wake up. Thank Him. Pray. Read His Word. Let His voice guide your steps. Life is too short to walk without God. If you knew today was your last day, would you still hold on to anger? Would you still waste time on grudges? Love like there's no tomorrow. Forgive. Encourage. Show kindness. Love is the greatest legacy you can leave. Jesus didn't come to be served. He came to serve. If you want your life to have meaning, pour yourself into helping others. Be the hands and feet of Jesus in this world. Don't hide your faith. Don't be afraid to stand for truth. Share the love of Jesus with those around you. Someone needs to hear the message of hope that you carry. Fear keeps people stuck. Fear whispers, you're not good enough. Fear says, what if you fail? But faith says, with God all things are possible. Step out in faith. Trust God's plan. Your time is short. Don't waste it living in fear. One day people will speak about you in the past tense. They will say, he was kind or she was faithful. What do you want them to remember? More importantly, what will God say when you stand before Him? Will He say, well done, my good and faithful servant? Or will you regret the time you wasted chasing things that didn't matter? My friend, time is a gift. Every breath you take is proof that God still has a purpose for your life. But one day your time will run out. The question is, what will you do with the time you have left? Many people live as if they have forever. They say, I'll start living for God later. I'll pray later. I'll serve later. But later is not promised. The truth is, every second you delay is a second wasted. Don't wait until you're in trouble to call on God. Seek Him now. Make prayer a daily habit, not a last resort. When you put God first in prayer, He will guide your steps. Unforgiveness is like carrying a heavy burden that steals your joy and poisons your heart. Let it go. Forgive not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. God placed dreams and gifts inside of you for a reason. Don't bury them in fear or doubt. Step out in faith. Use your gifts to bring glory to Him. Serve, lead, inspire. You don't need to be rich or famous to make a difference. A kind word, a helping hand, a moment of encouragement, small acts of love create ripples that last forever. One day your life will be summarized in a few words. What will people say? More importantly, what will God say? Will He say, you lived for yourself. You chased the world but forgot me. You had gifts but never used them. Or will He say, you loved well. You walked in faith, not fear. You lived for my glory. You can live an ordinary life focused on temporary things, or you can live a life of impact, a life of faith, a life that brings others closer to God. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing. Surrender your plans to God. Let Him lead. Trust Him. Because when you live for God, you don't just exist, you truly live. And when your time here is over, you'll step into eternity knowing that your life counted for something greater